hello and welcome everyone to the Republic Day special episode of Polity Primer. My name is Pragya. First of all, I would like to wish you all a very happy Republic Day. Honor the nation, be proud of the nation, and always reflect and be reminded of the sacrifices, the vision of our freedom fighters, and which have finally come true, and that is why we are celebrating this day. The title of our today's discussion is Significance of Republic Day. In this discussion, we'll try to find an answer to a very important question, that why January 26 was chosen to mark India's Republic Day. In this discussion, we are firstly going to study about the history of Republic Day. Then we are also going to analyze the importance of Republic Day. Then we are also going to see the difference between adoption date and enforcement date of Indian Constitution. Then we are also going to see some of the interesting facts about Indian Constitution and the Republic Day. And lastly, we'll see a practice question for your prelims examination and a practice question for your mains examination. So if I talk about the background of our today's topic, January 26 marks the India's Republic Day. And we often remain curious that why January 26 was selected to mark India's Republic Day. So, I will be answering this question in our further slides, but let us begin by firstly understanding the history behind the celebration of Republic Day, okay? So, Republic Day's origins date back to year 1930, when the Indian National Congress proclaimed Purna Swaraj, signifying full independence from the British rule. So, we were fighting for our independence since the year 1920. But in the 1930, finally in 1930, the Indian National Congress awakened and realized that yes, the Britishers are lying to us about giving a independent status. The Britishers have exploited us educationally, culturally, economically, and that is why they wanted complete independence from the British rule, and they declared it as a day of Purna Swaraj. But we did not have our constitution, and we were governed by the Government of India Act, Government of India Act 1935, even after independence. So, until January 26, 1950, India formally adopted its constitution. Okay, we did not have a constitution before January 26, 1950, and as I have said that we were governed by the Government of India Act 1935. And our Indian Constitution was drafted by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and he is also known as the father of Indian Constitution. And our Indian Constitution embodies the aspirations and values of a diverse, independent nation. So this was all about the history of Republic Day. Now let us analyze why is this day important for us to celebrate. Okay, so Republic Day is a time to reflect on India's constitutional commitment to democracy, justice, liberty and equality, because we were denied of all of these rights, and that is why the right of democracy, the right of having justice, liberty, equality, all of these forms the foundational principles of our Indian Constitution. And Republic Day is a day to celebrate the patriotism of towards our nation. Okay, it is a very important day that instills a sense of pride, a sense of honor, a sense of patriotism in Indians around the globe. In addition to outlining people basic rights and responsibilities, the Constitution creates the framework for how the government will operate, placing a strong emphasis on the concept of rule of law. So, as I have discussed before, that the Indian Constitution was enforced on the January 26, 1950, that is marked as India's Republic Day. So, Republic Day is very important for analyzing the constitution values, for celebrating the freedom of our country, for finally realizing that yes, we live in a truly republic and truly democratic nation. So, basically, you are celebrating the patriotic mindset of the country, the privilege of living in an independent India. How many of you remember the celebrations of Republic Day in our childhoods? Definitely this day is important because it brings back a lot of celebration memories from our childhood in our school days, and definitely you might have celebrated in the college as well. So Republic Day is very important because our Indian Constitution came into force on this day, and our Indian Constitution gives us whatever we are deprived of. It gave us the concept of democracy. It gave us the concept of rule of law. It gave us the concept of justice for all, equality for all, liberty for all. So finally we became independent in true sense, and that is why this day is very important to celebrate. Moving forward, Republic Day is a day of great pride and honors for all Indians, as I have explained. Okay, it symbolizes the end of India's struggle for independence and the establishment of a self-governing nation. So this point is very important because as of now we are living in an independent India. We have every kind of justice, liberty, freedom of speech and expression, etc. But that was a dream far from reality for those people who were living in the British India. So that is why it is important to recognize the special importance of this day. Secondly, it highlights the democratic values and principles our constitution has put forward, which serves as the guiding document for the nation. And this day is very important to celebrate and mark the enforcement of our very own Indian Constitution. Moving forward, let us analyze the difference between adoption date and enforcement date of the Indian Constitution. So you might have noticed that in the preamble to the Constitution, the adoption date is mentioned as November 26, 1949. But the Constitution was enforced on January 26, 1950. So you can easily figure out that yes, the adoption date and the enforcement date of our Indian Constitution are very different in nature. The Indian Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution on November 26, 1949, as I have discussed, and it was enforced on January 26. Now, you will ask me, ma'am, kindly answer the question that why January 26 was chosen for enforcement of Constitution. So, it has a history related to the declaration of Purna Swaraj. So, on January 26, we declared Purna Swaraj. Okay, we declared the resolution, we adopted the resolution of having Purna Swaraj or complete independence from the British rule. And we used to celebrate January 26 as our Independence Day. Interesting, right? So January 26 was celebrated as the Independence Day. But we finally got our independence on August 15, 1947. So that automatically became Independence Day. So January 26 significance had to be saved, and that is why we imposed our constitution on January 26 to mark the day of declaring Purna Swaraj, to mark the day of having complete independence from the British rule. And that is why we celebrate it as Republic Day. And that is why there is a difference between adoption date of the Indian Constitution, that is November 26, 1949, and the enforcement date of the Indian Constitution, that is January 26, 1950. Let me know in the comment box below, what do we celebrate on November 26, 1949? Moving forward, let us see some of the interesting facts about our Indian Constitution. Okay, so as we all know, Indian Constitution is the lengthiest written constitution in the world, and that was very important so that no one could take away our rights without following the due procedure established by law. So that is why we wrote down everything in our constitution so that no one can, take away our rights without following the due procedure of law. And that was the side effect of colonial era. And that is why our founding fathers wrote everything in our Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution is not written or printed. Both Hindi and English versions are calligraphed by hand by Prem Bihari Naren Rai Zada in flowing italic style, who also published it himself in Dehradun. So basically, we did not type our Indian Constitution. It is a handwritten constitution. Moving forward, every page of the handwritten Indian Constitution and the preamble page have been embellished by Shanti Niketan painters, including Beohar Ram Manohar Sinha and Nandlal Bose. So, did you know all of these facts before? Let me know in the comment box below, and these facts are definitely very interesting. Now, you will ask me, ma'am, do we have the original copy of our Indian Constitution? Yes, we do have our original copy of our Indian Constitution, and the Library of the Indian Parliament has unique helium-filled cases where the original copies of the Indian Constitution are kept safe to prevent oxidation of the ink. So yes, we do retain the original copy of the Indian Constitution in the Library of the Parliament. Moving forward, the national flag flies high on Independence Day as well as the Republic Day. But have you ever wondered why national flag, Indian national flag, is hoisted on Independence Day but unfurled on Republic Day? Unfurled on Republic Day. So, have you ever wondered that why it is hoisted on Independence Day and finally unfurled on Republic Day? Let me answer this for you. The Prime Minister hoists the Tiranga or the Indian national flag, whereas the President unfurls it. So, what exactly happened was the Independence Day, when we finally got independence, we did not want any Britisher to, hoist our Indian independence flag, okay, Indian national flag. And at that point of time, we did not have a President of India. We only had the Governor General, and definitely he was a British person. So that is why we chose our own Prime Minister to hoist the Indian independence flag or the Indian national flag. But after independence, we created the constitutional post of President of India, and he unfurls it. So what is the basic difference between hoisting of Indian national flag and unfurling of Indian national flag? So basically, you will see that when at Independence Day, and Independence Day flag hoisting is done at Red Fort. Remember these key points. These are very interesting facts that I'm telling you. So, at Independence Day on August 15, 1947, the Indian national flag is hoisted on Red Fort, okay, by the Prime Minister of India. So, if you'll observe that the flag is sitting at the bottom of the pole, and the Prime Minister actually pulls the strings and hoists the national flag, marking the independence of India, marking the historic day when we finally got our independence, okay. But when you will see the parade that is happening on Kartavya Path, okay, because the president unfurls the flag on Republic Day, so basically it happens around the point of India Gate in National Capital Territory of Delhi at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, okay, that Kartavya Path area, whole Kartavya Path area. We have the beating retreat ceremony, we have various cultural ceremonies happening there. So when it is finally unfurled in the Republic Day, you will see the difference that yes, the flag is tied at the top of the pole, and the president is not, pulling up the strings to pull the flag up. He just pulls the string and the flag is unfurled. So this is the basic difference between hoisting of national flag and unfurling of national flag. In Independence Day, we actually pull up the strings of the Indian national flag, and the Prime Minister hoists it from Red Fort. On the other hand, on Republic Day, we have realized that yes, now we are finally independent and a republic nation, and that is why the President of India unfurls the flag. And this is the difference between, key point of difference between hoisting the Indian national flag on Independence Day and unfurling the Indian national flag on Republic Day. And the places are also different. The Prime Minister hoists the Indian national flag at the Red Fort. However, the President unfurls it at the Rashtrapati Bhavan around India Gate and the Kartavya Path. Okay, so I hope you have understood these key differences between hoisting the Indian national flag and unfurling the Indian national flag. On Independence Day, the flag is hoisted as it signifies the rise of a new nation, free from colonial domination. and this is done to mark the independence of India. Whereas on Republic Day, the country celebrates it by becoming a republic, a day when we adopted the Indian Constitution. So I have explained to you the major differences between hoisting the Indian national flag and unfurling of Indian national flag on Republic Day. Okay, so these were some of the very interesting facts about Indian Constitution and Republic Day. And Republic Day also believes in the concept of unity in diversity. So it also believes in the very important concept of unity in diversity. On Republic Day, we actually celebrate the vast diversity of India, but we also show the world that yes, we stand united in spirit as well as united as a nation. With this, we come to a conclusion of our today's discussion. We have seen the significance of Republic Day. We have also seen the history behind Republic Day. We have also seen the importance of celebrating Republic Day. We have also seen that why there are two different dates. First is the adoption date and second is the enforcement date of Indian Constitution. We have analyzed some interesting facts about the Indian Constitution as well as the hoisting and unfurling of Indian national flag. Now let us discuss a practice question for your prelims examination. So the question is, which one of the following statements best reflects the chief purpose of Constitution of a country? Option A, it determines the objective for the making of necessary laws. Option B is, it enables the creation of political offices and a government. Your option C is, it defines and limits the power of government, and your option D is, it secures social justice, social equality and social security. So kindly drop your answer in the comment box below. Now let us analyze a practice question for your mains examination. So the question is, the Constitution of India is a living instrument with capabilities of enormous dynamism. It is a constitution made for a progressive society. Comment. So firstly, you will write about the Indian Constitution. You will also write about the salient features of our Indian Constitution, and you will stress on the salient features of amendment of the Constitution, because Constitution of India is not a static document. It is a living document. It is a dynamic document. And how is this possible? By adopting the amendments in the Indian Constitution. The Constitution has the capacity to change itself from by the changing needs of the society. So you will write all of this and you can conclude holistically that yes, our Constitution basically reflects our nation's values, ideas, and is rested on the four important principles of democracy, justice, liberty and equality. So you can conclude very holistically. I hope this session was insightful for you. If you have any feedback regarding this session, kindly drop it in the comment box below. If you liked today's discussion and found it to be helpful, kindly like the video and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting updates. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.